There are fans who hate everything new Star Trek has done. That's too extreme. We all hate Discovery, of course, but Lower Decks was great, and so was the third season of Star Trek Picard. Then there's Strange New Worlds, a show that kicked things off with a great first season, a show that seemed poised to carry the franchise torch forward, a show I wanted to love. Now, Star Trek Strange New Worlds is in trouble. The show's qualities decline season after season. Rather than evolving and growing, Star Trek Strange New Worlds has devolved. The series still has 2 seasons left, which means it's not too late to save it. So I've put together this handy, easy-to-use guide to fixing the show. I'm Josh Tyler for Giant Freakin' Robot, and this is how Star Trek Strange New Worlds can save itself. Step 1. Narrow the ensemble. Strange New Worlds started out with a big primary cast, and it's gotten bigger every season. It's diluting the show. Captain Pike is theoretically the series lead, but his screen time is increasingly limited. Number 1 is barely on the show at all. Ortegas goes entire episodes without a line. Instead, we spend time with Erica's little brother, who just showed up out of nowhere and is now in every episode. Oh look, now James Kirk is here again. Hey, let's add a new chief engineer. Now let's bring in Scotty to be the chief engineer's assistant. Hey, what about a second helm officer named Mitchell? Let's give her a character arc. Nurse Chapel has a new boyfriend? Let's add him to the cast too. It's ridiculous, and the show's storytelling ability is being handicapped by the need to fit in so many characters. Speaking of characters, Step 2. Tell stories about ideas, not characters. Star Trek Strange New Worlds has turned into a character-driven program. The show's scripts revolve around people, and when they are out of ideas, they just add more people. That's probably why the cast size has gotten so out of hand. The bigger problem with this is that Star Trek is not a character-driven franchise. Star Trek is supposed to be about ideas.
That is true. They have diverged from tradition a bit.
All of the show's most beloved and iconic episodes and movies are about big questions, deep understanding, and the nature of our universe and the people in it. That was always what made Star Trek special. It's what made it different from everything else. When your stories are character-driven instead of idea-driven, your show becomes just like any other random sci-fi show. I don't need to know every detail of Nurse Chapel's history and personal life. I can get that on any random soap opera. The original series barely told us anything about the show's main characters. What we learned about them was a function of what happens along the way as part of their adventures.
Yes.
Strange New Worlds, on the other hand, spends a lot of time on weddings, bar hangouts, and interpersonal relationships. It's become as much a soap opera as it is an adventure series. And we already have plenty of soap operas on television. Step 3. Stop involving Spock in romance. Because of a 60-second scene in the original Star Trek, in which a Spock under the influence briefly expressed interest in Nurse Chapel.
Miss Chapel?
My name is Christine.
Yes, I know, Christine. Would you make me some of that lo-make soup?
Star Trek Strange New Worlds has now subjected us to 3 seasons of non-stop Spock dating episodes. It was cute in season 1 when he was dealing with his fiancée. It got boring when he got involved with Christine, and now it's become ridiculous that he's screwing La'an just because they danced together once. The show's writers seem to take special delight in tuning Star Trek's beacon of rationality and logic into a lovesick sap who can't stop making out with every woman who crosses his path. It's become a key piece of every single Strange New Worlds episode now. Spock can't even enter a turbo lift without getting involved in some sort of romantic girl drama.
I was just on my way to see you.
I'm here.
It's too much. Even Captain Kirk wasn't this girl crazy. Step 4. Come up with your own ideas. Strange New Worlds has become increasingly less unique. The first season had a few original series callbacks mixed in with a few fresh stories. The second season skewed more towards cribbing from other people's notebooks, and the third season has had 5 straight episodes of ripping things off. Season 3's first episode was a ripoff of the Next Generation's Best of Both Worlds.
I am Locutus of Borg. Resistance is futile.
The second brought in Trelane from the original series.
Well, look at that.
The third was a hacky zombie episode. The fourth was a budget holodeck episode, which borrowed from Next Generation's Dixon Hill adventures.
Good day, Mr. Hill.
The fifth is a knockoff of the movie Event Horizon, with a little bit of the Next Gen episode Conspiracy mixed in. The show is called Strange New Worlds. New is the reason it exists. Do something new. Do something fresh. Something that's all your own idea. Step 5. Stop being silly. Star Trek has always had some lighthearted moments. Spock and McCoy teasing each other at the end of the original series episodes was always a highlight of the show.
You can't tell me that when you first saw Jim alive that you weren't on the verge of giving us an emotional scene that would have brought the house down.
Merely my quite logical relief that Starfleet had not lost the highly proficient captain.
Yes, Mr. Spock, I understand.
Thank you, Captain.
Of course, Mr. Spock. Your reaction was quite logical.
Thank you, Doctor.
And a pig's eye.
And every now and then, they do a full episode, which was a little more lighthearted, like the one where Kirk has to learn to drive a stick shift on a gangster planet. Subsequent Star Trek series and films followed a similar formula. They tried to hit a middle ground where they told us serious stories with a few lighthearted moments. Star Trek Strange New Worlds has thrown all that out the window. The show does only 10 episodes a season and spends 5 of them on joke episodes.
Do I smell more human?
Farcical recreations.
You don't look a day over 100. Funny, Captain, what's happening?
And full-on musicals.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
It's like watching High School Drama Club on a starship. If you want to do that many silly episodes, then you need to up your overall episode total. If you want to do 5 just kidding episodes, then you need 24 episodes a season. If you're only doing 10, then you get 1 joke episode a season. Only 1. Any more than that is self-indulgent. The show should be less interested in making sure the cast is having fun and more interested in making sure the audience is getting something out of it. That stopped happening shortly after the end of Season 1. Step 6. Visit some planets, brighten up and build. The strangest thing about Strange New Worlds is that it no longer visits any planets. Every once in a while they beam down and run around inside a building for a minute, but that's really it. The first season was filled with exploration, and the second had a decent number of scenes on the ground. But the third season refuses to do anything it can't film in front of an LED wall, and that mostly means ship interiors. And if they're feeling spendy, building interiors that look like obvious green screen work. New planets mean new sets to build, and new alien makeup designs to create. That's a lot of work. Instead of putting in some elbow grease on the rare occasion the Enterprise crew does leave the ship, they usually end up on a dark, mostly empty environment where you can't see much. For instance, in an episode where they're supposed to be investigating ancient ruins, they spend all their time in a dark, empty room with some vague stuff happening dimly lit way off in the distance. It's an annoying contrast to scenes on the ship which are brightly lit and filled with color. That bright and hopeful look was initially the show's strength, a strength they've abandoned. Build some actual sets and stop relying on that damned LED wall so much. It's not fooling anyone, no matter how dimly you project it. Show us a weird colored sky, an alien sun, a huge stone temple where you actually build pillars and structures your actors can interact with and lean on. I'd settle for a papier-mâché boulder at this point. I'm sure there's a budgetary excuse for all of it, but it's killing the show, and I'm here to tell you how to fix it, not how to afford it. In theory, Strange New Worlds is done after Season 5, but Trek's parent company, Paramount, just completed a buyout by Skydance, and their new owners are re-evaluating everything. If Strange New Worlds enters its 5th season with big ratings and big fan support, it may have a future beyond Season 5. But right now the show is devolving. Follow my advice, and you'll save it.
I certainly hope so.
Disagree with my solutions? Sound off in the comments. And do your part to save Strange New Worlds by liking and sharing this video. If the right people see it, maybe fans like us can make a difference. Until next time, this has been Giant Freakin' Robot.